Guys, welcome to Your Best Interviews. My name is Eric Smith. Thank you so much for spending the time here with me. I know that there's a ton of places that you can go to get information on interview and interview prep, so I appreciate you spending it here with me. Today, what I want to talk about is just how to eliminate nerves when interviewing. So I've done a couple videos on this. I'm going to keep pushing videos on this because I think this is why people stress about changing jobs. They stress about the entire interview process is they get a lot of anxiety and nerves when they actually go into interview. And I'm here to tell you that that is completely normal. Every single person gets this in some way, shape, or form. Now, some are way worse than others in terms of their anxiety going into interviews and what nerves can do for them. But what I want to do is just talk you through different ways to lower your nerves or get rid of them prior to an interview. So the advice I'm going to give you, just a disclaimer, is going to seem very generic, but I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into what I actually mean with my advice. So the only way to really get rid of nerves and to eliminate nerves as you go into an interview and reduce your anxiety is to practice. Now, I know that don't click off. I know that sounds really generic, and what I mean by that is you have to practice, but you need to practice the right way. And so what I want to talk about in this video in a very condensed way is just what the right way is to practice so that you go in confident and you can wash away some of those nerves and anxiety that creeps up. Because really all nerves and anxiety before an interview are just doubt. It's doubt creeping in. It's fear of the unknown. And that scares a lot of people. Or it's just getting in front of someone you don't know and talking about yourself, which is really uncomfortable. And most people feel that. And so the way to practice that away is to practice the right way. And so how you want to start by doing that is, first, you should know your resume inside and out. And you should know specifically how to connect your resume to the job description that you're applying to or that you're interviewing for. So you need to study that job description and know everything about it. What are the key responsibilities? What are the key requirements that they're looking for? And can you connect the dots of all of your experience and why you're the best person for that job directly to that job description? So that's the first one. You have to make sure that you've drilled that over and over. Second, you want to go through all the most common interview questions. I have it on my website. I have it in my interview prep list, all these different things. Check out the links in this video, and I've got them on my website and various other places. Or you can just go to the web and Google it. What are the most common interview questions? But go through those. Go through those hundreds of times. And I know that seems really redundant, and it is, but you have to drill it so many times that how you answer these questions is second nature for you because you don't know what questions are going to come. And so the best way to prepare for that and to make sure that you are prepared is to prepare for every question that could come your way and to do that multiple times. Now, as you're preparing, it's just as important to make sure that you're preparing in the way that's going to help you coach yourself into comfort. And how you do that is practice answering these questions in front of someone. Maybe it's somebody that you're really close with. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's your best friend or your significant other. Whatever that is, practice it in front of them. I know it might be annoying for them, but it's the long game, right? You're asking for a bit of their time to hear you. It doesn't even matter if they're actively listening. It's more just the art of talking out loud to another person and giving your responses. It allows you to drill it so that you know exactly how to concisely connect your experiences to that job description again. But you need to do that over and over, right? And again, you're asking for their time to be present while you're doing that, and that's fine. But just remember that if you nail your interview and you get the job that you really want, that's years and years of you being in the right job with the right income level, all these different things that can set your career up. And so it's okay to ask other people for a little bit of their time to help you get to that spot. Now, so you want to practice in front of others, but also you can practice with just yourself, but how you want to practice this is not in your head silently. What you want to do is practice it out loud, whether you're standing in a room, and just keep in mind that when you're interviewing, typically you're sitting in one spot. So it might be a video interview or a live interview where you're actually having to sit and give your answer. So you don't have, if you're pacing and looking at the floor or looking up as you're giving your answer, that could throw you off when you're actually sitting in a chair and not able to pace, right? So practice how you're going to be giving some of these answers. Sit in a room or go in your bathroom, put a chair and sit and look in the mirror and say your answers out loud so that you can watch yourself as you're giving these answers. That does two things for you. One, it helps you get comfortable saying the words out loud. And two, you can actually see your face and are you smiling through your answer? You need to be smiling and you can practice that. And it just allows you to see how you're inflecting, how you're using your hands while you're answering some of these questions, but always getting kind of that second nature, that ability to rattle off your answer without really having to think about it because you've practiced it and drilled it so many times. Now, I know that sounds like a lot. I just gave you a ton there, and I know some of that sounds a little bit crazy, but I'm telling you, if you want to get rid of anxiety and nerves as you go into your interview, you have to get to the point of comfort that is almost over. You're getting overly comfortable with how you answer these questions. You should get to the point where it's almost annoying for you to have to say the words out loud because you've done it so many times. That's when you know you've practiced enough. Almost to the point, again, where when you're going in for the interview, you're actually excited because you get to recite it in front of the person instead of in front of yourself or in front of your friend or in front of your significant other. You're actually excited to put it to good use because you drilled it so many times. That's how you know you've practiced enough, right? And then the last piece, guys, in terms of practicing, you want to make sure that you are drilling all of your behavioral-based questions. You've practiced specifically what your chameleon stories are. Check out my videos on chameleon stories. I'll link it at the end so that you can quickly go to it. But this is just basically these stories that you can take multiple ways depending on the questions that are asked for you. But you're just drilling these over and over. Make sure you know about the company. But again, back to the beginning, know the job description, know how it connects to your resume, and then practice all of your answers, connecting your experience and how to answer those questions that are going to come your way back to the job description. And just drill it until it's so overly comfortable. And I promise you, if you do this, if you commit the time, and just keep in mind, guys, when you go in for these interviews, you're applying because you want to work there, right? Or it could set your career up. And so if you're only allocating 30 minutes to something that could set you up for years and years and years, that's not enough time to really get comfortable to help you put your best foot forward in this interview. So you need to drill this so many times. You need to get really, really comfortable and really commit the time in order to allow yourself to coach yourself into comfort or coach your anxiety level down. I promise you, if you do these things, it will set you up to put your best foot forward, to have the best possible interview, and to give yourself the greatest odds of getting the job that you want. Guys, hopefully this was helpful. Hit subscribe. I drop 2 videos every week on Monday and Wednesday. I also check out the links below. I've got a website. I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos centered on tactical advice that can help you improve your position in getting the job that you want. I also link the chameleon story. And yeah, guys, check all this out. I have a comprehensive interview course. It's all centered around helping you, which is my passion. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it.